eyes and go, look what I can do, fucker. You know what I mean? I know that. Why?
Do you have any books that you recommend to read?
Yes, it's called Core Influence. I wrote it. It's specifically written on this stuff. It's a combination of communication plus psychology plus neuro-linguistic programming plus influence. Here's what you can do right now. My suggestion, Margaret, would be read the FSBORINO book if you haven't already, because a lot of the dialogue outlines are broken down there. Especially the first conversation, the first call is absolutely vital.
Yeah.
Okay, so study that. Second thing I would suggest is get a partner and practice this. That's how I get good at it.
Okay.
I would just role play. I had my buddy Tony and I at Remax, we would get a cup of coffee early in the morning and just for 20 minutes, like ping pong, you know, just practice. Just like in basketball, never played basketball, never in my life. So no matter how positive my mindset would be, what are the chances of, if you and I played one-on-one, me beating you? Be honest.
Slim.
You're kind. Tell the truth. You would kick my ass all the way to Sunday.
Yeah.
What's that?
I'd kick your ass, yeah.
You would totally kick my ass. You would wipe the floor with me and laugh. You could close your eyes and go, look what I can do, fucker. You know what I mean? I know that. Why? Because I don't have the skill.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So now imagine you and I get together every day for 20 minutes and practice. You learn, you teach me some dribbling, some free throws. Would I get better in 30 days?
For sure.
For sure. Why? Because practice skills. Same thing here. It's the same thing.
Okay.
For 20 minutes a day, you practice. Now, practice only makes permanent. Practicing the right stuff will make you better.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can repeat something, and if it's bad, then you just make it permanent. Practicing the outlines based on what you learned there, high status, confident communication. That's where it matters. So there's one of the strategies you're going to learn there is called pattern interrupt. Because people already have a preconceived notion, real estate agent calling, defense, shields up, you break that pattern right away. That happens within the first 2 seconds of the conversation. You're going to watch me do it in the video too, where I open the conversation with, don't worry, I'm not another agent trying to convince you to list your house. So you can relax, you can smile, it's good.
Okay.
So that's 2. And 3, I want you to buy one of these. It's a little digital recorder, yeah.
Okay.
And you record yourself. Every call you make, every conversation you have, every role play you do, record yourself. That will help you quickly analyze. This is what I'm doing well. Let's build on that. That's my strength. And this is where I suck. I need to work on that. That would be just like you and I, if we practice basketball, we would put a camera there and would say, no, don't. What is like one of the common mistakes people make in basketball? What is like a very common error?
Shooting form.
Shooting form. What does that mean?
Like not following through or shooting with 2 hands.
So I would throw like this.
Yeah.
Instead of like that, right? Mm-hmm. See, I know a little about basketball. I'm not totally elite.
Impressive.
So if we put a camera there on me, it'd be fairly easy and quick, right? To determine, don't do this, do this. You will very quickly uncover, what can I do better? Where do I need to correct? Not to beat yourself up, not to like, oh, I suck. You know, it's about doing regular analysis you would do like after a game you do. Same thing. That's why it's so important, because the system is broken down into only 3 steps. First contact, visit, follow-up. I would suggest, because you have the FSBORINO, you have access to the Listing University, which is like a Netflix for real estate. All my coaching sessions, all the interviews, insights, everything is there. That comes with the program. You have that. Log in there and look up an interview with an agent named Scott Cunningham. He started doing FSBOs in January. Last time I talked to Scott, which was about a week ago, he is 21 FSBOs listed year to date.
Wow.
Using this. Now, the only difference between all the other agents and Scott is Scott took the system and followed it. That's the only difference.
Okay.
He's not like a phenomenal salesman or anything. He's a cool dude, but nothing spectacular. Like, he's not super handsome like me. So don't laugh. So, you know, but he follows the system. Now, the reason I'm telling you that is to inspire you, that you can quickly see results just following the system. But he really sticking to the system. So the step 1 is you call it. You pick the FSBOs you call. Follow the dialogue outline, use the pattern interrupt. Super short, the conversation should not last more than 2 minutes. Very easy, you walk them through that. You do the pattern interrupt, then you ask a few questions. Hey, do you cooperate with agents? If an agent brings you a qualified buyer, most FSBOs will tell you yes. Fantastic, great. Let me give you, can I take a quick tour? Can you show me the property real quick tomorrow? 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
That's called a time constraint. That's another important strategy I incorporate. I'm not going to sit there and try to convince you to list. I just want to have a quick look, meet you, say hello. That's phase one. That's part one of the system. Part two is you're going to visit them in person. Stick to the plan. 5 to 10 minutes. Make it quick. That will bring your energy up, urgency up. You will not linger. You will not try to sell or schmooze. Quick, ask them a few questions, because within 5 to 10 minutes, you can evaluate, are they motivated? What is the urgency? Do I want to work with them? Can I help them sell this property? Are they nice people? Because sometimes you won't. Sometimes it's going to feel very flat, and very often just plenty more. So don't stick to just one. Okay, so that's step two. At the end of that visit, you will make a decision. 3 things can happen. First thing is, they're super motivated, you really click, they have a high urgency, you set up an appointment using what's called a bridge. And again, it's in the book. It goes something like this. Well, what if there was a possibility you could put more cash in your pocket even after paying an agent, hiring an agent, somebody you like and trust. You pay their commission, you can still walk away with more. Would you consider it? I'm not here to convince you. This is not about tricking you into listing. I promise you I won't. But just by judging your home and judging the situation, there may be a possibility. You know, there was a house around the corner on Green Street, sold about 2 months ago. And I did an analysis, and I'll bring it if you want to see it. But the seller left $32,000 on the table. They could have walked away with $32,000 more. Now, I'm not saying that's going to be your case, but even if it was like $4,000 or $5,000, that's a down payment on a new truck. You know what I mean? Would you consider it? Now, I do it as, again, high status agent benefiting the seller. I'm not lying. I'm not misleading them. Never, ever you want to do that. You never want to be anything 100% honest. But if you ask them, well, what if there was a possibility? 3 things can happen. They can say, yes, show us. You will. 2, they said, not right now. We want to keep doing it ourselves. Fantastic. I'll keep in touch. And 3, you don't want to follow up with them. You want to drop them. So that's step 2. And that's step 3. And this is where the business is in your follow-up. They need to hear from you, Marlo, every 4 to 7 days. Hey, it's Marlo with Keller Williams. You know what I noticed last time I talked to you? You guys still have your cell number on the for sale sign. Am I right? I'm using curiosity plus fear. So I would say, you still have that cell number there, right? I wouldn't do that. You're exposing yourself, because now somebody knows your name, they know your address, and they have your cell number. You know how we have all these identity thefts and all that shit going on? Let me show you a better way. We'll set up a Google Voice for you. It's free. It protects your identity to an extent, so you don't just advertise your cell number to the world. So that's just one of many things you're going to be offering. So every 4 to 7 days, they need to hear from you. They need to see Marlo, name, email, video, postcards, market updates, phone calls, texts, visits, constantly.
No more like often than 4 days, like 4 days is the earliest that you would recommend?
No, you can do more is okay.
Okay.
Because the trick is always offer something that benefits them. So like if they have a cell number, is that a genuine concern? Yes or no?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. People should not put their cell number for everybody who drives by to see. That's not a good idea. So you as an expert try to protect them, and you offer a solution. That is the principle of the FSBORINO. Problem, solution, problem, solution. So as you go through the program, you'll see that that's the pattern. Ultimately, you introduce the biggest problem. You're going to leave money on the table. And to that, Marlo is the solution. All right, so keep in touch. I would rather overdo the follow-up than not follow up enough and lose the opportunity. Now, your question was for how long?
Yeah.
As long as it takes to get the listing.
Okay.
That's the general answer. Now, down the road, the number one reason you want to drop somebody is if they're not motivated.
Okay.
If they don't have urgency, if they have a personality where you just know they'll be pain in the ass. I had listings like that. You know, like deep inside, you have that little voice telling you, don't do it. You're going to regret it. It's a bad idea. But you do ka-ching, ka-ching, you go for it, and you're like, stupid.
Shouldn't have done it, yeah.
Oh, man. I've done it so many times, I don't even want to admit. But you learn, and you're like, okay, next time I read the signals better, because one bad client can zap so much of your time, effort, energy, and optimism.
Right.
Where you could have 3 or 4 other ones in their place. So don't be afraid to let go people who don't fit your perfect client profile, which is something I want you to do. Do it within the next 24 hours. You're going to take a blank sheet of paper, write down every quality, every attribute you want your ideal client to have. And that list should be about 8 points to 15 points. Be specific. What matters the most? And be very deliberate which ones are deal breakers.
Okay.
Like if a client is dishonest with me, that's a deal breaker for me. If they lie to me, that's a deal breaker.
Yeah, I feel that.
Okay? So make a list. You want somebody who's honest. You want somebody who appreciates you. You want somebody who doesn't mind paying your fee. You want somebody who has high urgency, high motivation, or whatever else matters to you. Because here is what it will accomplish. It will give you clarity. Here are the people I want to work with. These are the people I want to attract to me.
Mm-hmm.
But also it will filter out everybody else.
Perfect.
And if you stick with it, if you have enough integrity to stick with the list, that is so attractive. Integrity in this business is rare, as you know.